Oh, what is up everyone, I am Deviant Cringe, and today it is time for Thank the Watchers number 11. Yes everyone, the weekly, or at least I try to make a weekly show where I randomly select 5 of my watchers on DA and feature one of their pictures that I find most awesome. So I hope that you all had a really nice, enjoyable week, and now let us get on to watching some awesome ass art, shall we? Okay, so our very first artist is called Ratio Active, a digital art hobbyist. Mama Neo, a female from the United States. She has been on DA for 6 months, and the work I'm going to feature her is Neon Colors. Well, everyone, obviously you probably knew why I selected this picture, because oh my god, I love fades, and yeah, they're truly my weakness. But I also featured it because it does actually look pretty good. Not just because of the color scheme, but also probably because of the the look of the clothes. It kind of reminds me of those 80s stylized pictures that they did with neon colors and all that. Now, first off, the coloring. Obviously, I really do love it. I do gotta say the colors are actually nicely balanced and all that. On the body, like, there's a whole lot of fades and all that, and the face and the ears really do have a good scheme going on them. Now, secondly, the line work. In my opinion, I really do think that it does look nice, you know, not too bad and all that. There are a few little squigglies over here, but although that's not too much of a problem, since obviously, you know, like you do improve a lot over time and all that. Now, while the anatomy is actually pretty nice, the hands definitely do need some work put into them. Like, obviously, the wrists, this wrist looks way too skinny. You know, the fingers are like, yeah, they're kind of weird looking. This one over here kind of looks way too swollen. Honestly, like it was stung by a bee or whatever. You know what they say, the hands and feet are definitely the hardest to draw, so yeah. Just try to put a little bit more work into that, and you'll be fine. So that's about it, Ratio Active. Thank you so much for watching me on DA, and I really hope this video gets a lot more recognition than I already have. Now let's move on to our next artist, shall we? Okay, so our next artist is called Melancholy-Boi, a varied hobbyist. Melancholy-Boi, other from the United States. They've been on DeviantArt for 4 weeks, and the work I'm going to feature from is LOZ Toon Link Napkin. And yes, everyone, that is the title of the picture. Now, I know what some people might be thinking, you know, they're probably thinking, oh my god, why would you feature like a napkin picture and all that stuff? It's way too simple. But honestly, when you see this person's gallery, you can just see that they're, you know, good at both, like regular art and just, you know, simple napkin pictures and all that. So I decided to show off a little bit of the simpler things, just to show how much you can do with like something as small as this. You know, like this really is good in my opinion. And you can bet your ass that this napkin probably wasn't used for anything else. It was probably put in a picture frame because it deserves to be there. And when it comes to stuff like this, like a small little napkin drawing, I gotta say the line work definitely is pretty in this one, honestly. Like, the level of detail is just super good, especially over here on the sword and the hand. You know, like the clothes, the face, everything looks really nice. Now, obviously, there are a few, you know, like rough spots in the line work, but that's probably because, you know, the napkin itself probably got a little bit crumpled and all that. But I do gotta say, it is actually pretty good for such a simple little thing, honestly. Now, the coloring itself also looks pretty good in my opinion, because if you take a look at the hair, you know, like the hair is very nice, you know, neatly colored and all that. But as you can see, they decided to leave a little bit of white over here to like mimic, you know, lighting and all that stuff. And I think that's actually a pretty good touch, because, you know, it really does show how crafty you can be and all that stuff. I really do like the coloring on the sword as well, nice and full. Over here, as you can see, also a little bit of white for lighting and all that. And of course, the anatomy. Like, honestly, for a simple napkin drawing, the anatomy is actually pretty good in this picture. There really are barely any imperfections in terms of that. Like, as you can see over here, the thumb is a little bit screwy, and the ears are kind of different sizes, but other than that, I really can't find anything else that's wrong with it and all that. Like, a really good detail work over here, like with the, you know, like with the spaces in the fingers. Nice facial work and all that, nice and fully colored, you know, like eyes and eyebrows. It really does go to show you how much you can do with like something as simple as this. So that's about it, Melancholy-Boi. Thank you so much for watching me on DA, and I really hope this video gets a lot more recognition than I already have. Now let's move on to our next artist. Our next artist is called Durepesi. I don't know how to pronounce that. A digital art hobbyist. She's also an official beta tester. It's pretty cool. Prefer to be called Cami, a 14-year-old female from Lithuania. She's been on DA for 1 year, and the work I'm gonna feature her is Koshish AJ Reaching for the Stars. I honestly could not read that the first time I saw it, so yeah. Koshish AJ. It sounds like something you'd put on a hookah brand. And I really did want to feature this picture because, let's face it, you know, the fall season and later the winter season is approaching us, so I think this is pretty appropriate, honestly. And since today is September 23rd, I think fall already started. I might be mistaken on that, but yeah, it's pretty soon. Now, first off, I gotta say, details, ladies and gentlemen. There's not a single detail left behind on this. From the individual tufts of fur to the nice strokes on the feathers to this armor over here on the tail, and of course the snow on the antlers, it all looks really good. Honestly, everything looks pretty good, and you know, the lighting and shading really aren't something to shake a stick at. It really does blend pretty well. So first off, the line work in my opinion is really good. If you take a look at these little details over here, the line work really does shine in this picture. Like on the feathers, there are a few spots where the line work is a little bit wobbly. But honestly, that's hugely overshadowed by the amount of awesome in this picture. The coloring itself is also really well done. Like over here, as you can see, really bright, and towards the back, you know, darker shades and all that stuff. So I do gotta say, this is definitely a good balance of, you know, coloring and shading and all that. And of course, on the rest of the body, you know, nice little bit of shading, you know, very natural looking, not too much, not too little. And honestly, this is a pretty imaginative picture, you know. I really do like the concept of it. You know, it's kind of like a dog with wings. The ears kind of make it look like a mouse, and of course reindeer antlers. Pretty nice and festive, honestly. And by the way, I also did forgot to mention the subtle small details in the eyes. That's actually really good. You know, like I did say, the smallest of details make your picture look that much more professional, and you really hit it off with that. I also do like the lightning bolt on the eye, so yeah, that's about it. Keep doing what you're doing, and maybe try to smooth out your line work a little bit more over here. You know, just try to smooth it all a little bit more, and that's basically it. So thank you so much, dear Pessy, for watching me on DA, and I really hope this video gets a lot more conditioned than you already have. Okay, so our next artist is called Becky Chen, a varied student, Rebecca from Hungary. She's been on DA for 1 year, and the work I'm going to feature her is Kawaii Chibi Kyubi, and yes, that is the title of the picture, as you can see. I gotta say, the first time I saw this picture, I knew, boom, I had to feature this one, because out of all her other traditional art pictures, this is the one that stuck out the most, and it's because of the line work. Like, honestly, nice thick outlines, you know, you can really see everything. Like, all of the details are just there, and even if you see this on, like, a page where it's, like, really tiny, you're gonna notice every single little part of it. Now, that's pretty much all I can say about the line work. Secondly, the coloring is also pretty well done in my opinion, because it has like a very soft touch to it, you know. Obviously the purple and pink are a little bit more hard pressed, but it really does balance itself out well with the softer, you know, shades of yellow. I also really do like the small usage of blue in the picture. Obviously the irises and the cute little blue detail makes the image look very adorable. Like the pose of the character is also pretty nice, you know, very nice side portrait. Now honestly, this is a pretty well done drawing. I really do hope you continue doing stuff like this, you know, in this particular style. You know, I think this art style really does suit you and all that. I could only find 3 things wrong with this picture. Like over here, the pupil is a little bit lopsided, the eyebrows are a little bit disproportionate, and over here there's just a small tiny ass little bit of color going over the line. And honestly, that's about it. I really can't see anything else that's wrong with it. Maybe you guys and gals watching this can see something else. I do gotta say that this is a pretty good drawing. Definitely keep doing this particular style. It does suit you. The coloring is nice and soft and mellow. The line work is really great. Makes the image immediately stick out from all the rest on the page, and yeah, that's about it. So thank you so much, Becky Chan, for watching me on DA, and I really hope this video gets a lot more recognition than I already have. Well, everyone, that about wraps it up for Thank the Watchers number 11. I really do hope that you all enjoyed watching today's lineup, and that you're all having a nice, awesome-ass weekend. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and press the little bell icon, and as always, I'm Demon Cringe, and I'll be seeing you guys and gals in the next video.